Hello, good afternoon. I'm a professor from ZUIT in China. We have the academic cooperation with the CPU in Philippines. Our research program is the ecological tourism education curriculum because we have found that there seems to be some gap between what the educational institution provides in tourism skill and the needs are soft competencies such as communication, problem solving, etc. So we rely on the theory and the human capital theory that focus on labor economics. Because the students, as a labor force in the market, are closely related with the remarkable elements. So the next problem, we refer to the methodology. We use the qualitative methodology to do the research on the competencies. We use the content analysis to analyze the curriculum and the vision and the mission that are closely related with the competence of the students. And we also use the content analysis to analyze the cultural skills and the employment skills and the entrepreneurial skills of students. After the research completed, these results can be used as second data. Then we use the quantitative methodology to do some research, survey investigations. We designed the questionnaire to survey the students. The respondents in the third year and the fourth year students are surveyed under the supervision of the teachers and the school authorities. So I think these data of the survey are valid. This program is very beneficial to the students in tourism management and government agencies and hospitality and tourism industries and researchers, because it can solve the problem existing in enterprises between the enterprises and the school educations. That's what I want to say. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. I am Dr. Ellie Lazaro from Central Philippine University, Philippines. Today, I'm going to share with you our study entitled A Comparative Study of the Ecotourism Education at Central Philippine University, Philippines, and Zhengzhou University of Industrial Technology, China. The objectives of our study: generally, this study aimed to compare the ecotourism education at Central Philippine University and Zhengzhou University of Industrial Technology. Specifically, this study aimed to first describe the demographic profile of the respondents in terms of age, sex, and year level. Second, describe the extent by which the university has prepared their students in terms of employment skills, cultural skills, and entrepreneurial skills. Third, compare the ecotourism education program of the two universities in terms of preparing the students for employment, cultural, and entrepreneurial skills by age, sex, and year level. The null hypothesis of our study: there is no significant difference between respondents' profile in terms of age, sex, and year level when grouped according to employment skills, cultural skills, and entrepreneurial skills. For the research design, this study utilized a quantitative methodology with the support of qualitative data research design. It described the nature of a situation at the time of the study and to explore the causes of particular phenomenon. That's by Franklin and Wallen, 2010. As to the demographic profile of our respondents, there were 193 respondents involved in this study. As to sex, there were 52 or 27% male respondents from CPU and 13 or 7% male respondents from ZUIT. Whereas 70 or 36% of the respondents were female from CPU and 58 or 30% from ZUIT. As to age, 38 or 20% of the CPU respondents belong to age group of 20 years old and below, while 21 or 11% ZUIT respondents belong to age group of 20 years old and below. Whereas 84 or 43% of the CPU respondents belong to age group of 20 years old and above. Of these cohorts, there were more respondents age group of 20 years old and above. As to the respondents year level, 16 or 8% of CPU respondents were third year while 32 or 17% of ZUIT respondents belong to third year BS tourism. On the other hand, 106 or 55% of the CPU respondents were fourth year, while 39 or 20% of ZUIT respondents were also fourth year. This means that majority of the respondents were fourth year graduating students of BS Tourism program. As to the mean differences of the domains, skills in the school shows that the mean difference of 0.721 or 16% in cultural skills, 0.94 or 21% in the employment skills, or 0.71 or 16% in entrepreneurial skills. CPU students' perception has a mean difference of 0.78 or 17% across three domains in comparison to ZUIT students' perception. As we compare the three skills by university, the results of the survey show that the average of CPU students perceived to have high extent with mean value of 4.27 in terms of cultural skills, high extent with mean value of 4.38 and employment skills, high extent with value of 4.13 in entrepreneurial skills. As to ZUIT, moderate extent with mean value of 3.56 were perceived by ZUIT respondents in cultural skills, 3.44 employment skills, and 3.42 entrepreneurial skills. On the other hand, CPU respondents show that high extent with mean value of 4.27 were perceived in cultural skills, 4.38 in employment skills, and 4.13 in the entrepreneurial skills. Table 2 for the comparison of employment skills by male and female respondents. Table 2 revealed that 65 male students rated high extent on employment skills, both for CPU and ZUIT. Table 3. The comparison of cultural skills by male and female respondents. Table 3 shows a total of 52 or all male students, student respondents, and 70 or majority female respondents from CPU rated an average of high extent on all the questions perceived for cultural skills. Well, table 4, comparison of entrepreneurial skills by male and female respondents. A total of 52 or all male and majority of the 70 female respondents from CPU rated an average of high extent on all questions perceived for entrepreneurial skills. Table 5, comparison of cultural skills by third year and fourth year respondents. A total of 16 or all third year respondents from CPU rated high extent on all questions perceived for cultural skills. Table 6, the comparison of employment skills by the third year and fourth year students. It shows a total of 16 or all third year respondents from CPU rated an average of high extent for employment skills indicator. Table 7, comparison of all entrepreneurial skills by third year and fourth year students. It revealed that 16 third year and 106 fourth year students from CPU rated an average of high extent in all questions perceived for entrepreneurial skills. And for Table 8, a comparison of cultural skills by age group. 38 are all age group 20 years old and below, 84 are all 20 years old and above, students respondents from CPU rated high extent in all their questions perceived in cultural skills. Table 9 refers to the entrepreneurial skills by age group of 20 years and below and 20 years and above. Table 9 shows that 38 or all of 20 years old and below, 84 or all of 20 years old and above, respondents from CPU rated average of high extent, and for Table 10, comparison of employment skills by age group 20 years old and below and 20 years old and above. For our summary of findings, conclusions, and recommendations, this present investigation revealed the following findings. First, generally, majority of the student respondents were female, 66% compared to male, 34% at an average age of 20 and above. 21 to 41 years old, 69%, and 20 and below, 31%, 18 to 20 years old, and mostly fourth year students, 71%, while third year students, 25%. Second, significant difference existed between CPU male and female respondents and ZUIT male respondents' age and year level in terms of employment skills, cultural skills, and entrepreneurial skills. For our conclusion, there is a significant difference between respondents' profile in terms of age, sex, and year level, and in terms of employment skills, cultural skills, and entrepreneurial skills. As our recommendations, the administration of both the ZUIT and CPU should cooperatively revisit, review, and revise the curriculum every 2 to 5 years to make the curriculum program more relevant of the need of times to comply, updated. Policies, standards, and guidelines of the relevant government agencies such as the People's Republic of China as the Philippine Commission on Higher Education. And there should have an office for internship, specifically engaged in internship program here and abroad. Thank you and good day.